see here we wrote class text in h1 tag, which is HTML tag or heading tag. There are 6 heading tags starting from h1 to h6. h1 is larger in size than h2, h2 is larger in size than h3, and so on. We wrote class test in h1 tag, that's why it's appearing in large size, and h2 in this week we wrote in h2 tag, which is a little bit slow or small than the h1 tag, but clearly the difference is above us. Now finally we are discussing about the 3 types of insert CSS, or 3 types of CSS simply, which is, as we discussed, inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. Now first we should learn inline CSS or inline style sheet. To use inline style, add the style attribute to the relevant tag. The style attribute can contain any CSS property. As we discussed an example of upper, it was the example of inline style sheet. Here is the example. In this example we used inline style sheet in our heading tag, h1 tag, starting with the attribute style. We give the property color, the value blue, and another declaration. First one would be the selector, and there are 2 types of CSS declaration, selector and declaration. h1 is the selector, and declaration contains 2 types, property and value. And as we know, we can declare more than one declarations. Color is the value, property, and blue is the value, and margin is the value, and 10 pixels is the margin is the property, and 10 pixels is the value. So as clearly we can see in our web page, this is the heading with inline style sheet appears with the color blue, and it is 10 pixels right from the left, because we gave him a property of margin left, that it will transfer 10 pixels towards the right. Moving on, internal style sheet. These are designed in head section of the current web page with the style tag. Simply just style, we use style tag and we edit it in the head tag. How we do it? Here is an example. Here you can see in the head tag we use internal CSS, and we just give the in the body tag we wrote our code h1, body we wrote paragraph, we wrote h1 tag, we wrote h2 tag, and as you noticed that we use inline style sheet inside the tags, but this is internal style sheet we use in the head section. In the head section we used we gave the h1 these properties, paragraph these properties, and h2 tag these properties, and these is simply affect these values, and here is the output. That output is same just like internal CSS and inline CSS, only the method of declaration is quite different. But the most using type of CSS is external CSS, and we will discuss it further. Here you can see h1 we give the color, we give letter spacing, we give text transformation lowercase. Okay, to paragraph we gave margin left 20 pixels, color red, and the h2 tag we give color and a face, and the output is in front of us. Moving on is another example of internal CSS. In here we used we gave IBRA College of Technology a h1 tag, a property of font family, and a color blue that is affected by our CSS. Next we break the line, we make a line. HR means horizontal line. Here you can see HR means horizontal line, it will place a horizontal line. Next we added h2 tag. In between h2 we wrote IT department, and upper in our head section we gave h2 tag a property, a margin of 10 pixels, family font, font family Verdana, and color red, and the output is in front of us.